The 805 Focus is brought to you in part by Nonprofit Kinect. Nonprofit Kinect provides superior leadership tools and resources so nonprofit leaders and board members can make valuable decisions to move their organization forward to a sustainable and vibrant future. More information on services online at nonprofitconnect.org.
Welcome to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cynder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits, so get ready to be inspired. Our special guest today is Alexandra Terry, and Alexandra is the Chief Curator for the Museum of Contemporary Art, Santa Barbara. Welcome, Alexandra.
Thank you for having me, Cynder.
Yes, and so I have been in your museum. Granted, it's been a little while, and it is always so fascinating and so unusual, and so I can hardly wait to hear what you folks have going on these days.
Thank you so much. We just opened a new exhibition, which we're really excited about. It's a group exhibition entitled This Basic Asymmetry. The last few exhibitions have been solo presentations, so it really focuses on one artist and we really dive into their practice. But this exhibition, I wanted to bring in a few different types of artists, so we have a variety of media, photography, video, sculpture, and painting. And the exhibition really takes its starting point from a psychological paper that I found regarding the fact that we see ourselves differently than we see others. And this was a line of inquiry that I started following during the pandemic. Just wow. The fact that, you know, our relationships to one another changed drastically with masking and social distancing, and the fact that bodies have been, you know, so politicized and weaponized in a way that they haven't in many years across a global scale. So really the work is looking at how we as individuals perceive ourselves internally based on introspection, but we perceive others externally through extrospection. And I really wanted to find artists' work that made this internal process external so that we might be able to sort of mitigate some of the differences between one another and the blockages between perception. And other than that, it's just a fun exploration of artwork.
That is fascinating. So you just got that idea from looking at a paper and following someone's
Yeah, I was really
or
inspired by this psychologist at Princeton, Emily Pronin. And you know, the artists are artists whose practice I've been following for a while. And that's one of the things that I find so exciting about my work, is just finding ways to draw out different themes, different ideas and contexts within artists and their different practices.
Wow, and this goes right hand in glove with what I saw on your website about how what you're doing is really encouraging critical thinking.
Absolutely. You know, we really consider MCASB to be a community platform. We really want to think of ourselves as a space for our community to gather. Our admission is free, and we really think of ourselves as a very inclusive environment where we want to invite folks from all walks of life, all backgrounds, to come and sort of be challenged by what they see in the museum and on the walls. And it's not just the artwork that we hope will challenge them and inspire critical thinking, but also our programs, our events, and our educational programs.
So I can see that you're very different from most art museums that most cities would have.
Well, I think, you know, we really want to operate on this level of examining the art and ideas of our time.
Okay.
And so that's really in keeping with many other contemporary art museums, but what's exciting to us is we're the only dedicated contemporary art space in Santa Barbara and really on the Central Coast. So we mostly work with living artists, and we're working with artists who are representing a variety of perspectives and, like I said earlier, walks of life. very important for us to invite our community to the space and to see themselves reflected on the walls, whether that be through ideas or physical representations.
That is fascinating. So do you do a lot of collaboration with other groups or?
Absolutely, collaboration is so important to us. Again, you know, we really see ourselves as a community platform, and that means we want to serve other institutions and local businesses, individuals, other nonprofit groups, and so our arms are open. We're always looking for new ways to collaborate. You know, right now we're working on a program with the AD&A Museum at UCSB. We've done joint programming with the Santa Barbara Museum of Art.
That's great.
And actually we're part of an alliance right now, which Stacy from the Wildling may have spoken about, but it's an environmental alliance of Santa Barbara County museums. And I think it's just so important for us to all come together to serve our community in an even stronger way.
So this is a group of Santa Barbara museums that have come together to form an alliance. And do I remember that you're focusing on climate change?
Exactly, yes. So the Wildling Museum really spearheaded this idea to bring together institutions in all of Santa Barbara County to focus on climate and environmental concerns across the similar period of time. So it's great because each organization will be addressing it from their own specific methodology, which is, I think it will be very impactful.
Yeah, that is so great. And we were talking about how really it's a blessing that came out of a huge challenge, namely the COVID and all that. And so you folks really made some lemonade out of those lemons.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really amazing the way our community rallied together to support one another. And then the way that the directors and curators of all of these museums and institutions have come together to share knowledge and support one another through this challenging time. Because it was very, a difficult time for all of us to navigate. So there's strength in numbers, and we can only be, continue to be more supportive of one another. And so it really is a blessing.
That's the answer. So how long have you been a curator?
Oh goodness, I guess since maybe the early 2000s. I studied
quite a while.
I studied photography and film in my undergrad, and that through a mentor led into the field of curating, which I'm very passionate about, and I feel very privileged to participate in.
I can see that you're passionate about it. I think they're very lucky to have you. We're all lucky to have you here. So what about volunteers? Do you folks use volunteers?
Yes, absolutely. We would love to invite our community to engage on any level that they feel comfortable. Our largest volunteer program is called our Gallery Ambassadors program, and that is more or less our internship program, and it focuses on providing career development and training for primarily high school students and undergraduate students who are interested in careers in the arts. That being said, we have many opportunities for volunteering throughout our events and other programs. So if anyone out there has specific interest in contemporary art or programming or education, we would love to hear from them.
All right. And so let's talk about how a person might find out about that. They could go on your website.
Absolutely.
And they can find out about all the opportunities for volunteering, for collaborating. They could find out your hours of operation.
Yes.
They could, I bet, make a financial contribution.
Absolutely. So our website, mcasantabarbara.org. We recommend that for any information about the museum, you really visit the website or even our Instagram, which has links to all of these. But there is a support button where you can join to become a member. I mean, one of the biggest ways that the community can support us in our activities to continue to serve the community is through membership. And we have a variety of levels. As I mentioned, our admission is free. So really, joining as a member is not so much about gaining free access, because that's already available to everyone. but there are a variety of levels where you can engage and really support the museum and keep the museum free for all. But if you wish to just make a one-off donation, you can do that there as well.
Well, good. Yeah, that is great. So now you've got this exhibit that's going on now, but I bet you've seen a lot of other ones, and maybe you're looking forward to some other ones in the future. Tell us about some of those, because that one you told us about is fascinating.
Absolutely. Well, there's a new project. Actually, it's our second year, so it's not really new, but a project that I'd love the community to hear more about. It's an opportunity for artists who are living and working in Ventura County, Santa Barbara County, and San Luis Obispo County. So it's a tri-county opportunity, and it is our second annual Earth Day mural.
Oh, wow.
So we just opened an online open call. It's a free application for individual artists or artist groups. We launched it last year with the Community Environmental Council, and we also worked with Paseo Nuevo. You know, we are housed in the Paseo Nuevo complex. And last year we worked with the Arts Fund and B-Cycle, the e-bike rental program. We are continuing this year with Community Environmental Council and Paseo Nuevo, and it was just such an inspirational opportunity to bring community together during a time when it was difficult.
Yes.
And all, under the umbrella of addressing climate justice, climate leadership, and Earth Day, which, as you know, it originated here in Santa Barbara.
Right here in Santa Barbara.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is an exciting opportunity. It's not specifically an exhibition, but it is a nearly 60-foot mural that the museum will support an artist to paint.
And where will that be?
So it's on the upper parking deck of Paseo Nuevo. The back entrance, well, I should say our office entrance of the museum butts onto that parking. So when you drive up now, if you drive up to the top level of the parking garage, one of the first things you'll see is the mural from last year, which was, 20 feet high and 60 feet long. Just a beautiful, I feel so energized every morning. That's the first thing I see on my way to work. So we're excited to do it again, and we invite everybody to apply.
That sounds fabulous. So now, let's say somebody says, oh gosh, I don't think I'm much of an artist. I've always wanted to be, but do you have, different or maybe they say, I always wanted to appreciate art, understand art more than I do. Do you have any kind of education that you provide or anything like that?
Absolutely. We have a host of free programs and events, educational programs for art lovers of all ages. And I really want to take this opportunity just to say that contemporary art can be intimidating.
Yes.
There are themes or ideas that are being explored that sometimes feel exclusionary, but I actually think the opposite is true. And I think there's an opportunity for all of us to find something that's interesting and poignant to our own lives and our experience. And so one thing we want to say from the Museum of Contemporary Art Santa Barbara is that there is no right or wrong when it comes to contemporary art. And so we offer lectures and lecture series where we unpack different artistic practices. We have a lot of hands-on workshops for the individuals who want to make artwork for both families, younger audiences, and for adults. So all of that can be, you can read about all of that on our website.
That's great.
And then we have another program for local teens, our Teen Arts Collective, which is for teenagers in Santa Barbara County who are interested in contemporary art and who are artists themselves. And it's really a networking and kind of inclusive environment where they can explore themes of contemporary art and life and society.
That is wonderful. So now you folks are located, as you said, in Paseo Nuevo, up those very cool stairs.
Yes, the Upper Arts Terrace, right across from Center Stage Theater.
Oh, okay, right across from Center Stage. Well, gosh, I'm really excited about this new exhibit that you've got coming.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us more. Do you have a story you want to tell us, or anything that you want to say to the audience to get them in the door.
Sure. I just wanted to briefly talk about another educational program we have that I'd love for folks to support. It's our Emerging Leaders in the Arts program. And this is a program specifically for individuals who identify as people of color, who are interested in art museum leadership. And this is incredibly important to our institution. It's a fellowship, and each fellow is paired up with a mentor in the community. And Sarah Dildine is our program director for this. They take the fellows on field trips, and they meet other leaders in the art world in LA, in the Bay Area, and it's really an exploratory and supportive way for these individuals who are aged 18 to 28 to learn more about what leadership in the arts can be. And it's important for us to create a support network for individuals of color to gain all the resources that they can to, work either for our museum or other museums or other arts institutions, but really to provide as much support as possible. So if you're interested in applying, that's an annual program we have, and there's more information on the website. Or if it's something that individuals are interested in supporting, again, you can make donations specifically for these different programs.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So do the young people then come up to where you are for these, or is it online, or how does that work?
Well, for the last year, it's been virtual, and this year, it's going to be a combination for both our teen program and our Emerging Leaders program. So, we want to maintain a safety and health protocol, but there's something so much more enriching about meeting in person. Obviously, maintaining a safe distance from one another, but they find support in one another. And as peers coming up in the art world, it's incredibly important to have those personal relationships with folks that share not only your background, but also your trajectory.
Yes.
So hopefully they can be in person as much as possible.
So the Emerging Leaders program, 18 to 28 years old, is that right?
18 to 28,
People of color.
People of color in Santa Barbara County. So that's usually folks who are studying at City College or UCSB, or maybe individuals who have chosen not to necessarily pursue a degree at this time, but just with passion for arts leadership and arts management, museum studies, things like that.
How do you get the word out about that? How do people find out?
I want to get the word out more, which is why I wanted to bring it up here. But we announce it in our newsletter. That's a good way for our community to find out more about what we're doing, is to register for our newsletter on our website and follow us on Instagram. And we really rely on our community, on the Unified School District, different teaching artists in the community. We really rely so much on them to help us get the word out and to spread the news.
So City College, UCSB, they're probably getting the word out for you as well?
Yes, Westmont.
Westmont, of course.
And we have so many friends that work for the museum, volunteer for the museum, are just supporters that are teaching artists at these different colleges and universities. And we hope that they're telling all of their students, and just, everybody spread the news, please.
Yeah. And so the teen program, what ages is that?
So that's 15 to 18. We make some exceptions here or there, but it's really for teens that are already kind of in this, sort of career development mode. That's such a young age at this point. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
I didn't know I wanted to be a curator at that stage, which is kind of why this program can be of interest to them, just to explore their opportunities.
That sounds wonderful. So, all right, Alexandra, we have a little over a minute left. What else would you like the audience to know?
Well, I really want the audience to know where we are and to really understand that we're here for the community. So if there are programs that you're interested in or ideas that you'd like to explore through our event series, we encourage individuals to reach out, but there really is something for everyone. And there is something for everyone with varying levels of understanding and exposure to the arts. Like I said earlier, there's no right or wrong. It's really about human exploration and communal exploration. So come in, it's free, you won't, be out of pocket, and maybe you'll find something that you really like.
Yeah, that's great. So here's what I want to do. I want to go up those stairs, and I want to look at the display, or do you call it display?
Exhibition.
Exhibition, sorry, that you have right now.
Yes.
Because I want to see, how would you portray this idea of that we see ourselves one way and we see others a different way?
Yes.
How would you portray that in the exhibition? I can hardly wait to see that.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm sure I will. Well, thank you, Alexandra,
Thank
for
you.
being with us today and for all of your good work.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Cynder.
And thank you for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.